Folks, how you doing? How you feeling? Welcome to this week's episode of Search and Report. I'm your host, Drew Fernie, and today I got my good friend, Pat, Spooky Pat. You got so many nicknames, man, that I don't know how to call you. So
I know, man. I mean, my mom doesn't even know what to call me, so it's okay.
on the at least in the internet, I don't know what to call you. So yeah, why don't you tell the people who you are, what you do,
What's going on, guys? My name's Patrick. I am a good friend of Fernando's, but I also am a host of another podcast called Beyond the Screams. So if you're into the world of horror and horror movies, check us out, beyondthescreams.com.
Nice.
But today we're not here to talk about movies. We're here to talk about some fucking video games.
We're here to talk about Psychonauts too.
Oh yeah.
So there's definitely a lot of news happening all around, man. I honestly feel like I feel exhausted just reading about everything and trying to catch up with all the news. There's just a lot of stuff happening. But I want to go chronologically and start first with the Summer Games Fest. And it started, Summer Games Fest is its second year. Last year, it served as like a substitute for E3 because of COVID. And now it's a mess, man. Like, there's so many shows in which I'm like, is this E3 or is this part of Summer Games Fest? Oh, wait, no, it's neither. It's just a random presentation. So yeah, it's been very, very difficult to keep up. But I think the biggest announcement from Summer Games Fest was Elden Ring at the end of the presentation. Down. It's something that people have been waiting for. I mean, this wasn't the first announcement of it, right? It was announced a while back, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, that was the first thing we've seen, I think, like 2 years. We saw it last E3. So they skipped 2020, so 2019. They showed a little teaser trailer, which, once all the fans of any of the Souls games or the Bloodborne game, or any fucking From Software game pretty much have been just dying for information on Elden Ring. And when I heard that it was going to be played at Summer Games Fest, I was like, no, they're not going to do that. There's no way.
Oh yeah, what they did.
Yeah, I tuned in, and I mean, when what's his fucking face, Jeff Keighley got so excited, like I knew it was gonna drop, and I swear tears came to my eyes.
Tears?
I've been waiting so long for this trailer.
Yeah, it's and also I was pretty surprised to look at Bandai Namco's name on like as part of a producer, or I don't even know if it was producers or publishers, but man,
yeah, they've been in it with From Software since the beginning. So
Bandai Namco is like is a powerhouse. Like they're on a roll. It's every single time, every single big game that comes out, there's a name. There's Bandai Namco's name. But yeah, it's this is a George R.R. Martin, right, collaboration as well.
Yeah, I mean, George R.R. Martin's lucky enough. He's lucky enough to team up with Miyazaki, one of the greatest fantasy writers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So George R.R. Martin should feel lucky to, be part of this, because I do like George R.R. Martin. I think he's a fantastic fantasy writer, but like, you haven't finished Game of Thrones, so I mean, I'm glad you're working on this instead, because I'm more excited for Elden Ring than Game of Thrones, but I'm just curious to know like how much he actually contributed to this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of any of these, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, the lore is so hidden within the game, so sometimes the story is not clear to a lot of times. Like you gotta get a gist of it, but there's a much deeper understanding of it when you start reading lore material or item description. So I'm kind of curious how much he actually contributed and like how much of a story the game will have compared to, let's say, like any of the other Souls games, who have a deep deep story, but like not surface level, I guess.
Yeah, that when I heard George R. R. Martin was collaborating with this, I was like, what is he really going to be doing? Because like you said, usually Dark Souls, like the lore and the story takes a backseat. It's all, for you to discover. It's not so like right in your face. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't explain to you the history of the world or the universe.
which and that's a huge turnoff for a lot of people because they want a very very story driven game and not so much of a you know exploration of the story yourself where you may not understand it the first playtime, but then the first playthrough, so the second time you start actually reading things and you start figuring out like, oh, okay, well, if I follow this line, I'll get this ending,
Yeah.
which another is a huge other turn off from people from the Souls games because you could easily do something wrong and well, that storyline's now deleted from that playthrough of the game.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just really excited to see like how they'll take how they're gonna transform, because like I know you're a huge Souls fan, and like I've tried to get into Dark
Yeah.
Souls games, but my main issue of course is, I mean, I just have a baby brain, and like I gotta get the narrative has to be spoon fed to me. If not, I kind of lose track of it. It happened with me with Control. I'm playing Control right now, and I'm like, this is so confusing. The gameplay is amazing, much like Dark Souls, but I'm like, why am I fighting this person? Like, motivation is big on me. I'm like, I need to know why I'm fighting.
So Control was one of my favorite games, but definitely way more of a story than the Souls games.
Yeah.
Especially Control, once you start getting like halfway through, it's like, okay, you understand the story, you know what's happening. Um, it's interesting because the last game they came out with, Sekiro, is a very story driven game.
Yeah.
Like it's not like any of the other Souls games. Like you have a story, you know the purpose, and yeah, sure, there's like lore of NPCs and bosses and like kind of stuff that's maybe not up front, but for overall, you have an understanding what you're doing in Sekiro.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of curious now with Elden Ring, it being an open world, if there will be somewhat more of a narrative, but then still try to do that Dark Souls kind of thing where it's like not directly given to you and you have the option to go and do pretty much any direction or start at any point you want. Not saying you can in Dark Souls
Mhm.
because there are restrictions, but maybe it is like they're gonna go more Breath of the Wild, where sure, go this direction and fight the final boss.
Yeah.
The very first thing you could do,
Yeah.
which I would be kind of excited for.
Yeah, and that's my biggest question. Like, how is this game gonna be different from the classic Souls formula? Like, besides it being open world, like, what's it gonna differentiate itself? What are they gonna do to
From
differentiate
what I
itself?
from what I can tell, like it already has the Souls formula.
Hmm.
In Dark Souls 1, you're a hollow. In Dark Souls 3, you're the ashen one, and this one you're the tarnished. So
Hmm.
like it already has that curse of dying and coming back. So it's already keeping that same formula.
Yeah.
Um, but I think watching the trailer, you do see the character sitting at bonfire. So I think bonfires and fire will be a big part of the game.
Hmm.
But I know before Dark Souls 3 came out, they were testing a way of not having fixed points of bonfires for like saves and teleporting. So maybe in this game, like your save spots aren't fixed because it
Hmm.
is an open world. You can kind of have designated areas where you can save,
Yeah.
making not so much fixed. But also, I think they're gonna take a lot from Sekiro and add it in the game. Like in Dark Souls, like you really can't jump, you know, that much of the game. You could run and jump over like a gap or something.
Yeah.
But in this trailer, it looks like you're double jumping on a horse.
Yeah.
You're riding a horse in the first place, but then you're also jumping into like piles of enemies.
Yeah.
It seems like they're bringing the the stealth in from Sekiro. So it seems like it's going to be a really nice mixture of the Souls and Sekiro games,
Yeah.
and even Bloodborne, like a very aggressive. You could maybe play a little more aggressive, like a Bloodborne.
Yeah, yeah, no, this is it definitely looks like it has more mobility than the past Souls games. So I mean, it definitely, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Souls games are not necessarily linear, but the worlds are very one direction. It's like you
No,
go, no, it's not like that.
no. So that's one thing that I love about the Dark Souls games. It's like the the way the maps go, especially for the first one and
Hmm.
the third one, not so much. The second one was not made so much by Miyazaki. He was kind of just a overseer of it. Um, the level design is like everything's connected in
Hmm.
this weird way. So it's like you can in the very first level, you could get all the way 70% through the game and then find a door and open it, and then you're back at the first level. So now it's like, well, I have another option, a shortcut almost to go. So like the world is weirdly interconnected, and a lot of times it's like Sekiro was like this, but Sekiro was like vertical, like it was built
Mm,
up,
okay.
where I felt like Dark Souls, you do have that vertical where you're still going down into dungeons, into swamps, but then it's like wider, like you could, you know, get through halfway through the game and then be across a bridge and see the area you just came from.
Oh, okay.
So they're not very linear because you can also choose what path you take. So
Yeah,
you can
they're
like
kind of
take,
like what's the word? Metroidvanias,
yeah,
but like
oh,
three in 3D space.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just
I'm
all
curious.
interconnected.
I'm curious in this Elden Ring, having the open world, are you going to have like big dungeons and castle levels like Dark Souls 3? Like, are you going to bring that kind of level design into certain areas? But then, since it's an open world, like you just leave that area and it's not
Yeah.
really going to be connected. So it's just like pockets of worlds. Is
Yeah.
it going to be like that? I don't know.
Yeah, that's I'm very interested to see how, and that's exactly what I'm wondering. Like, besides the Dark Souls formula changing a little bit, what else are they gonna do to make this be different from past Souls games? And I think the world's gonna be a huge one. It's just I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how they'll use exploration of an open world. I just really hope they go more the Nintendo route with open worlds and not so much like the Ubisoft route of open
They
worlds where it's like go here, go here, go here, and it's just
uh
waypoints.
I don't know. I could see them doing more of the Nintendo Breath of the Wild where you can go anywhere, but I imagine there'll be fixed because they are trying to tell a story
Hmm.
that there'll be fixed points where it's like I can't do this one area because I haven't defeated three bosses,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
I could see them going that route.
It'll be
But
difficult. What's the word? It's like a design term of like locking certain things behind the difficulty. Doesn't really necessarily mean you can't beat or reach a certain point of the level. It's just very difficult for you if you haven't reached a certain level, be
oh
it with
yeah,
weapons, be it with experience, whatever it is. Because that's how Zelda, that's how Breath of the Wild approached it. Like it's there's a set difficulty for the whole world, and the only element that kind of makes it easier or more difficult is how many hearts you got at that
yeah.
point, or if you have enough strong weapons.
And that's
So
very much the Dark Souls like way. Like Dark Souls 3 is very much like that. You could go to so many different areas,
yeah,
but there are certain points where it's like, okay, well, if I want to unlock this next set of areas, I do have to beat this one boss because I have to go through the door that's behind him. But
yeah,
okay, I can hit all these other areas over here. So I definitely think they'll do more of the Nintendo route and not the, fake open world.
yeah, the Assassin's Creed
But
type.
yeah. I don't know. I'm very excited to see what they're gonna do because, I thought Sekiro was almost a perfect game, but it didn't have PvP.
Mm,
And I thought, Dark Souls 3 was almost a perfect game, but it just had a few little issues here and there. And if they're taking like all those combinations from those games, and then, same with Bloodborne, almost a perfect game.
yeah.
But like you add all the best aspects of those into one game, like you could like it's probably going to be game of the year. I'm going to say that right now. It most likely will be game of the year because it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I have no doubt about that. But how is it going to be like as good as Dark Souls 3? Because I've literally played hundreds of hours of that game,
Yeah.
thousands. Am I going to do that with Elden Ring, or is the open world going to be like, God, I have to travel fucking 20 minutes from point A to point B, and it's gonna like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, yeah, it'll be interesting how they approach that, because I mean, I don't know, has From Software explored open world games before?
I don't know. I've never played any of their other games besides, Demon Souls, Dark
Mm,
Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro.
yeah.
I know From Software has like a mecha game, like a war mecha game.
Mm,
Um, I forget the name of it, but I've never played it, so I don't know if it's open world or not.
yeah.
But no, they've never really dabbled into it.
Yeah, well, I mean, hopefully it doesn't really annoy or like leave a bad taste in like veteran Souls fans, because
I think
it's gonna be a different game. It's gonna be a different Souls game.
yeah, oh, definitely. I mean, I think they like held off on doing a lot of open world games because technology limitations.
Yeah.
Because Dark Souls is a cooperative game,
Hmm.
and like you can do co-op and you can PvP, but like when you play Dark Souls 3, like you are restricted, you know, to areas and like stuff like that. There are points of the game you have to go through alone,
Yeah.
and I don't know if that was like a technology restriction or like uh, a game design restriction.
Yeah.
But I really hope this game is just full co-op and you could just be invaded the hell out of because I love PvP and I just hope that happens.
Yeah, yeah, no, it is really fun. Like that one time I played with you guys, I was really enjoying myself. It's I can see, I can finally see the I mean, it's like Monster Hunter. Like if you don't have someone to like who's a veteran or is, has a lot of experience with
Yeah.
the game, to like welcome you into the world, is very hard to get into Dark Souls. But when I was playing with you guys and like we started getting invaded, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I now see the appeal to this because I know what I'm doing. So
Yeah,
it's PvP is so fun, man.
I one thing I hope, because I always play fashion souls because obviously you have to have like you got to look good while you're fighting people, and I really hope like Elden Ring has that, and um, I'm hoping it has like that community like the Dark Souls stuff has, which I don't see them removing because it obviously it says it has co-op, but I want to be that fucking asshole who like invades someone and just stops them from getting to the boss to fight and having to get to the beginning. It's it's fun.
It is, yeah, it is really fun. And I was on the receiving end of that assholeness once, and it's amazing.
One thing I did notice though, which From Software does a lot in a lot of their games, and you kind of get used to it. They recycle a lot of stuff from their old games. So even in the trailer, I saw like, you know, Dark Souls 3 move sets and
Mm,
weapons and stuff like
yeah.
that. Slightly changed, but I'm like, oh, that's the same move set as this weapon. So they're keeping that. They're doing this. And some of the boss movements, I was like, oh, which makes sense to build a game faster, but I just hope there's a lot more variety too, which I'm
Yeah.
sure there will be.
Yeah, I mean, it's
And I hope it doesn't get delayed.
yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they set a release date that basically means that it's ready to go. But at the same time, I don't know, because we've seen with Halo and other games just how easy it is to delay things even when you have a date. So
Yeah, but that Halo, that didn't look good.
yeah, no, and that's the difference. This one does look good. It looks
Yeah.
pretty finished. I mean, these trailers are based off of like builds of a game that are like months old, so I'm sure they already have a pretty finished version. But I'm excited. It's definitely a game I'm gonna get into. I definitely want to go back to Dark Souls 3 and play it, even on my own, and whenever you guys are up for it, because
You let me know, man. I'll be there.
my backlog keeps increasing, man, and it's not a very good feeling. Like, I don't know, it annoys me so much having so many unfinished games, and
I know.
I just
man.
need to commit to them.
We're gonna talk about a few games that have some sequels out that I've played the original, and I literally just couldn't finish the originals because time.
Yeah,
They're just such long games.
yeah, time's a bitch. So well, yeah, Elden Ring is gonna be coming out next year, right? January.
January of 2022.
Yeah.
January 21st.
Yeah,
It'll be out.
so
Game of the year.
less than 7 months, so it'll be here before you know it. So for our next topic, I want to tackle this one because I mean it's to me it's not a really big news item, but I know there's a lot of fans, and especially because I mean it's Kojima. I mean, you have to talk about him whenever he's on the news. He's iconic. But we got a Death Stranding director's cut coming out. This was announced during the Summer Games Fest as well. I'll just say it, right off the bat. I hate what they did with the whole Metal Gear Solid reference. Like, was that really necessary? It just felt so awkward. Like him messing around with the box and like him trying to get into the box like a cat. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, is it gonna be like a collaboration between Death Stranding and MGS? Like, what's the deal? So
I don't think he owns the property for Metal Gear Solid.
No, I don't think he does anymore. They have a weird I don't know, deal going on, but I think he has this. It's kind of like the same situation with like Smash Bros and Sakurai. He doesn't outright own Smash Bros, but he is the creator. So it's a little bit weird, but did you play Death Stranding at all?
No, because it didn't look fun. It didn't look fun.
And I don't understand the appeal of this game, man. Honestly, like,
I'm a huge Metal Gear fan. This game did not look fun.
Yeah, no, I understand like narrative-driven games. It's all about the story, but at the same time, like, you are playing a game, and this game just did not, like you said, does not seem fun. Just walking around delivering stuff. I'm sure the environments look very pretty. It looks very interesting, but I'm like, there's just not enough for me to get behind this game. But yeah, look, this whole thing, if you're watching the video version, it's just the protagonist. I don't even know his name, but what's the actor's name? Norman Reedus.
Norman Reedus,
yeah. Look, what the fuck? Like, him just jumping on the box and like, I'm like, what is this adding to the story? What's happening?
This was strictly for the fanboys.
Yeah,
this is strictly for the fans.
This was just a reference and a little bit of a troll, which I guess was pretty funny.
I don't know. I don't see, like I said, I don't see the appeal of this game. And like, sure, maybe the story is really good, and one day I'll watch the movie of this. But like, Metal Gear Solid has an amazing story, a confusing fucking story, all over the place, but the gameplay is fun.
Yeah.
This doesn't look fun.
No, it doesn't. I have a buddy who swears by it. He says that it's one of the best games ever. One of the like 2019's best games of the year. I mean, I think it didn't win Game of the Year, I think. Or did it?
No, Sekiro did.
Yeah, Sekiro did.
Wait, no, Sekiro
No.
Was that 2019?
Game of the year 2019. Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, it was Sekiro. Yeah, no, it was Sekiro. Yeah,
that game is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So difficult, but amazing.
Yeah, and it deserves it. But I don't know, man. Like at this point, Kojima just needs to stick, or at least transition already, to filmmaking, because that's what he's always wanted to do. And he keeps saying it, and then he keeps making these weird ass games. Where like, just make a movie, man. A movie would be way more successful.
I think but I do think he likes the I do think he likes the format of games, because like it is a little more immersive into a story than, say, like a movie. Like I can get into I'm a huge movie fan. I literally run a movie podcast. But there is something a little different when you're playing as a character and you're starting like the first time I ever played Metal Gear Solid 4, I mean 2-hour cutscenes, and I couldn't wait to watch a cutscene and then get back to the game and be like, I'm fucking Snake.
Yeah.
So I get it, but
yeah, it's yeah. I mean, it's very interesting to see just how I mean, what essentially, because this trailer doesn't tell us anything besides a director's cut is coming. Like what is he gonna add to Death Stranding?
Oranges. They fell out of the box and zoomed in on him.
Yeah. Now instead of a monster, it's gonna be like Sunny D, like bottles or stuff. That's another thing that annoyed me about that game. Just how obvious product placement is. I'm like, wait, this is dystopia. Like, what?
Like, I imagine his character in the game. He would take off his pants and there'd be a monster tattoo on his calf. Just like, I don't know. I've never picked up the game, and I know I'm talking a lot of shit on it, but it just doesn't look fun.
It's okay, man. It's the internet. You can talk shit. But yeah, besides that, I don't recall anything else being super, like, being a huge announcement on Summer Games Fest. Literally during the whole presentation, Jeff Keighley was live tweeting, wait till the end, like saying, this is all filler, just wait till the end. And then that's when we got Elden Ring.
How insulting.
Yeah, it was a little bit insulting. I was like, bro, you're taking attention away from your own show.
I mean, he could have just literally, if he tweeted, I don't know, 7 months ago and just said, maybe Elden Ring will be at Summer Games Fest, every fucking From Software fan would have waited till the end and then just left as soon as it wasn't.
Yeah.
But it was.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they did a great job at like, literally the Twitter was exploding when Elden Ring got announced. So they did a great job. I mean, they got the message across. And then on the first day of E3, which was Friday. Yes. Yeah, I think it was Friday. Man, I don't even remember. Friday, we got Ubisoft Forward presentation, which I'll straight up say, like, we already said it, we're not big fans of Ubisoft. I tried my best, man. I tried my best getting into Watch Dogs, and I used to be big on Assassin's Creed. It was one of my favorite series back in the day, but they just lost the touch. I don't know what happened.
Copy and paste, baby.
Copy and paste, and it's all the same, and it's just a very bloated game. But I mean, their presentation was pretty all right. There was a big thing, another game that I'm really excited for, and I'm not being sarcastic, even though it's Ubisoft, is Riders Republic. That game, look, I don't know if you saw what that game is all about. It's basically like an MMO of extreme sports. Literally just.
Oh, I did see this trailer.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. What you can do in that game, but it is basically an MMO with extreme sports. There's a bunch of different game, what do you call them, game types, game modes, and it's basically you navigating a world and getting to these mini games with complete strangers, but it looks very fun. I really want to play this game. It's probably one of my only anticipated Ubisoft games, just because it looks completely ridiculous. I mean, look,
Yeah.
this dude just face planted. But yeah, I don't know how it's gonna work. I'm gonna wait until this game comes out before I buy it, because you never know with Ubisoft. And
See, this would be a perfect thing for. I mean, I own an Xbox One and I own the PS5. This is kind of where I wish I had the Xbox Series X, because this would be a perfect game for Game Pass, because I pay monthly for Game Pass. Download it, try it. I really like it. Buy it to maintain those, like, the team group matches and play with friends. But yeah, I don't know if it's coming to Game Pass, but it looks fucking. It would be fucking sweet to try.
yeah, it looks ridiculous. It looks like I mean, it's an MMO, like, and there's a lot of modes that you can play. It looks. I'm glad they don't keep it realistic. Like, literally, people just look at that. Just so many players. So I'm just
imagine the grind
yeah, right.
they make you doing this.
Yeah. But it being an MMO, like, and especially like such a fast-paced, gameplay type of gameplay, like, I'm just worried about lag and how they're gonna handle all that, because I don't know. I mean, it's a massive multiplayer online game, and it's all super fast-paced, and like, I've seen GTA 5 servers just be a complete mess with like super fast cars and stuff. So I wonder how it'll all work, but it just looks like what Tony Hawk. It looks what I always wanted Tony Hawk to be. So
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, I am.
Yeah, they better have a fucking badass soundtrack.
Oh yeah, all copyright.
Yeah.
So you can't stream the game. But yeah, that's coming up on September the 2nd. I think it's the first week of September, so pretty soon, and I am excited for it.
Is it going to be out on all platforms?
I don't know. I think it
is
probably. Yeah.
Oh, good.
PS4, PS5.
It'll be only $60 and not 70.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, it's coming out on September 2nd, 2021. Oh, it's coming for Stadia. Damn.
How's Stadia gonna handle this?
Oh man, I don't know. It's a double whammy. But yeah, that's coming out. And then the only other thing I'm gonna talk about for Ubisoft, because I want to move on and go to like the Xbox presentation, because that's way more interesting. We got this one. This one is. I was laughing when this one got leaked. The closer we get to presentation, especially on E3, leaks are bound to happen. With developers sending the trailers and like handing off footage to the ESA and to publishers, like, stuff is bound to get leaked. But this time, this game got leaked by Nintendo themselves. Now, they literally they posted the game page as live that same morning of Ubisoft's presentation, which that can either be two things. What I think, an intern just fucked up and like got his time zones messed up, or Nintendo literally just is being petty and says like, fuck you, Ubisoft, and we're gonna ruin the hype around your show. But at the same time, like, these leaks happen so often that I just think they're a marketing tactic. Like, publishers even do it sometimes. They do it on purpose, much like Nintendo did. I don't know if it's on purpose, but yeah. We're getting a new Mario Rabbids game. Did you ever play this game?
I played the first one. I actually played the first one with you a long time ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I thought it was pretty fun.
It is. So, I mean, it's like an XCOM style game.
Yeah.
It's very charming. It's a very charming game. The graphics look amazing for it to be on the Switch. And I mean, it's just a very, if you're into strategy games, I definitely recommend it. Because it also has that Nintendo polish. It's a Ubisoft game, but it does have the Nintendo polish, so it's a quality game. And yeah, it got leaked, and it's coming out pretty soon.
Yeah.
I think. Well, no, it's coming out next year. I think it's coming out next year. But yeah, people went crazy because first of all, the rabbits are hideous. They're some of the ugliest characters I've ever seen in my life. And people were losing their minds at this rabbit Luma, because there's I don't know if you're a big Paper Mario fan, but Paper Mario has been held back a lot by the design decisions from their developers, specifically the executive producer, saying that they don't want to change the characters from Paper Mario a lot because they say they lose their essence of them being a Mario character. Like there was this whole controversy around giving like Toad different hats, like certain Toads different hats, so they can be different characters. Like if you play the latest Paper Mario game, they're all Toads. Like their designs don't differentiate. They're just the same Toad. If anything, their colors change, and they say that that's the main reason why they don't want to give a lot of character or like defining character to new characters inside the Paper Mario game. And then this game comes out, Ubisoft, and you got a Luma with a dumbass rabbit face, and people are saying, wait, like I thought you said you don't want to change the design of the IP a lot, and like they got these weird ass tiger like Tony the Tiger evil villains, and I don't know, man. It's interesting what the choices Nintendo makes with their IPs.
Yeah, man. I don't. Did they sign a contract like years ago, and like they started going one direction, but they're stuck in this contract, so they have to let them like use the IP and change it to rabbits as much as they want? Maybe.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't. Maybe, but at the same time, I'm skeptical about that because we wouldn't know about rabbits if it wasn't for Mario. Like it's like there was a good another example of this type of thing happening with video games, but like rabbits is known because of Mario at this point. Like if somebody says rabbits, most of the time it's because of these Mario games. So I don't know if that's a reason behind it, but yeah, we're getting a new Mario Rabbids game, which was speculated for a while now, and I'm excited for it.
I love how it was leaked or just like put out right before.
Yeah, but Nintendo was like, no, fuck you, Ubisoft. It's our spotlight. But yeah, it's hey, so far like Nintendo hasn't even done their presentation, and they're already in the top 3 of E3 of best E3s. But yeah,
I honestly gonna say, like, I imagine Nintendo's presentation is gonna be underwhelming.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't think
expand.
I just feel like when it comes to like this E3 stuff, like they'll show some things, but they're not gonna show like. I honestly don't think we'll see a lot of like big IPs, or if they do, it's like a very small snippet of like no gameplay. You know what I mean? I feel like they're gonna want to do that on their own platform.
Yeah,
with like the Nintendo Directs and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
so.
I mean, they specifically said we're only gonna focus on software. They literally said software because people have been going crazy about the Nintendo Switch Pro, which doesn't exist. I don't care what people say.
It's not real.
It's not real. Even though Bloomberg put out the whole report, but whatever. That's another story. I can agree with that. I don't think they're gonna go. There's definitely not gonna be a Mario Odyssey sequel.
No.
If anything, there might be some more information on Breath of the Wild 2, but even then, I'm skeptical that game is gonna be released this year. They might release it next year.
Maybe the big thing with is like Reggie's coming back.
Oh man, yeah, it's just that present. It's just a picture of Reggie for 40 minutes.
Yeah, beautiful. the best E3 we've had.
Yeah, Nintendo wins E3 again. But yeah, no, yeah, I can agree with that. They're only showcasing games that are coming out this year, which is only like the second half of 2021 now.
Yeah.
So if anything, we'll see like more information on. Well, I mean, this is a completely other topic. This is pretty improvised, but
Yeah.
I do believe that they're gonna go heavy on Zelda games and either ports or remasters. At least one. There's gonna be one Zelda announcement, one big Zelda announcement. But I think that's gonna be pretty much it for like the main line. I don't think they're gonna talk about Metroid. Bayonetta is, I don't think it's nowhere near completion. So yeah, I can agree with what you said.
Do you think they'll do because you're talking about like ports and stuff, do you think Twilight Princess is coming?
Well, that's a big rumor, and like I don't tend to believe these rumors anymore till they're confirmed.
Especially with Nintendo.
Yeah, but people are saying that they're gonna port the 3D Zelda games to the Switch. It's gonna be a collection of Twilight Princess, Wind Waker, and Ocarina of Time. I don't know why they're skipping Majora's Mask, even though that's the best game.
What the fuck? Yeah. I mean, Twilight Princess is my favorite, but
yeah, Twilight Princess
so
is pretty
I'll be happy, but
it's pretty sick.
You know, why skip Majora's Mask?
Yeah.
Maybe they're doing a full remaster because that tends to be people's favorite.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's and it's Zelda's 35th anniversary this whole year, and the only thing they've released so far is just that Skyward Sword remaster, which is okay, but like it's Zelda.
It's not what we want.
Yeah, it's Zelda. It's like it's your second biggest IP, it's your biggest second franchise. Why are you not? No, it's the third one after Pokemon and Mario, but like why are you not going big on it? Like why are you not going crazy? It's like I don't understand it. But yeah, I mean that's as much predictions as I'm willing to give on Nintendo because I've been proven wrong so many times. But yeah, let's get into the schmeat of this episode, which is today Xbox had their presentation alongside Bethesda, their children, Bethesda. I like to imagine like Microsoft just like hugging like who's the owner of Bethesda? Todd Howard.
Todd Howard.
Yeah, I just imagine like a big ass Xbox just hugging Todd Howard and kissing him on the forehead. But
I imagine Phil Spencer doing it.
Yeah. I'm sure there's Rule 34s on that. But
I want to Google that.
No. Oh God. Xbox had their presentation today, their E3 presentation today, and I'm willing to say they are winning so far the E3 presentations this year. They went all out, man. The biggest announcement from the Xbox presentation has to be Starfield. Well, besides Halo Infinite, but that we've known about that. But Starfield is confirmed to be coming out November 11th of next year. The game actually leaked before the Xbox E3 press conference, but it's good that Xbox opened up with this. It was like the first reveal from the Xbox presentation. What do you know about Starfield?
I didn't expect to get it. I just know, from what I know, it's Bethesda's next like Skyrim. It's like kind of what they want to. They want to do like a next big property like that, like Elder Scrolls kind of property.
Yeah.
But from what I saw, like I'm kind of amazed that it's not more futuristic with like space travel. It's very much like what you would see with like NASA and stuff like that. Like they almost look just like regular astronauts. So I'm kind of curious on what the gameplay is going to be and like what like if it's an open world / like universe, kind of like they want to do like No Man's Sky. Like how are they going to make this happen? I'm kind of I don't know. I just don't. I need to see some gameplay or something. Yes.
That was my biggest issue with the reveal of this game. I think on the what do you call it, on the small the small print on the trailer, it said like this is in-game footage, which I don't believe. It looks
Yeah, I
too
don't believe
good.
either.
It looks too good for it to be an in-game engine.
Yeah, if this was an in-game thing, that gun would be fucking shaking and going through the table because it's a Bethesda gun. The
Exactly.
glitching would be fucking insane.
Yeah, that's man, you hit it right. You hit it right on the head. Yeah, I mean, and like you said, it's I don't know if it's disappointing, but I've heard people say that this was like the vision for Starfield, for it to be like more realistic, like more not NASA, and like not so much more of like Mass Effect with like aliens and shit. So it'll be interesting to see when this actually
Well,
releases.
that makes me curious, because you said if they, if they were trying to do more of like, not like Mass Effect, then are they trying to do more like kind of like a Star Trek kind of thing where it's like
Mm,
instead of, an Elder Scrolls where you have dungeons to explore, it's like you're just in the, you know, expanse of space, and it's like, okay, there's just random hidden planets for you to explore that are dungeons with loots that.
yeah.
But that just gets to like No Man's Sky once again.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my biggest concern too. Like, is it gonna be an empty game? Like, like you gotta show me more than just a man getting on his spaceship. Like, cool. Yeah,
Am I
but
gonna be scream like a fucking dragon? Like that's all I want. Like,
exactly,
tell me something.
a space dragon. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I
it.
don't know.
I mean, it's great that we finally get a date, and I don't know, like this is ever since E3 started, I've been listening to this well, ever since like the Switch Pro rumor started in like this year in January, I started listening to this other podcast called Games Beat Decides, which is hosted by Jeff Grubb and Mike Minotti. They're pretty funny, and they're basically gaming insiders. And this is like when I started listening to their podcast, it was the first time I ever heard about Starfield. I mean, to be fair, I'm not a big Bethesda fan because all their games kind of suck. Almost.
What?
I mean, not suck. All right, let me take that back.
Yeah, I know. You just like. I mean, I'm thinking Oblivion. I'm thinking
No,
Skyrim. I'm thinking Doom.
no, yeah, yeah. As soon as I said suck, I was like, oh, these Doom came to the top of my head. I was like, that game didn't suck.
Yeah.
No,
A portal to hell is gonna open in your
Yeah.
fucking bedroom right now.
no, my vision of Bethesda is so muddled, and it's been
Yeah, because you've played a Bethesda game, so it is muddled.
yeah,
because-
exactly. And the portal that opens with the demon is just a bug.
Yeah.
It just clipped through the wall.
Your computer crashes.
But yeah, like games like Fallout 76 really messed, my mental image of Bethesda. That's why I say that. But they're not a bad developer. But that's when I first started hearing about Starfield. Huh?
I've played quite a few Bethesda games, and I don't know. I'm curious on this one, but I just don't know enough about it. I've been reading about it since the first trailer, like the little snippet they showed, which I think was back in 2019,
Yeah.
or like the little first like ever mention that I heard of. I'm
Yeah.
sure it's been talked about since it's been 25 years in the making.
Yeah, I was like, that's not true.
But I'm just kind of curious on how they're gonna take this and not make it like a No Man's Sky, because like if it comes like I will probably get a lot of a lot of hate for this, but I think No Man's Sky is a trash game because their management system is one of the worst things I've ever dealt with in a video game.
Even
Like-
after the update?
Yeah,
Oh god.
I think the management system in that game, like, it makes more sense in Minecraft to have fucking 17 chests just full to the brim than it does any management in that game. But that's just so if they do a better way of management, sure, I'll play a different version of No Man's Sky.
Yeah. It's I just hope it actually comes out, unlike Star Citizen.
Yeah. Well, that's just a unicorn at this point.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, I just want to see more gameplay, because I mean, at this point it's just space travel, and that just doesn't sell it to me. Like, is it going to be an RPG? Like you said, it's going to be like, it's their like next Skyrim, right? So it's going to be an RPG.
Yeah, I would imagine it's an RPG like all their other games, besides Doom.
Yeah.
And I know that would be fucking cool. You just space travel and you get to the planet and it's just Doom.
Demon.
It's Doom. The next Doom game.
Yeah, the villain is the Doom guy. Just gotta run away from him. But yeah,
You'd lose.
but I mean, we got a date. Also, then after that we got Stalker 2, which was I hate a lot on CGI trailers, but like Stalker 2 made me hate gameplay trailers, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's a 5-minute trailer, and like, it would not end. It would not end. I was like, okay, what are you trying to sell me here? Like,
Did you ever play this game?
no, I didn't. Is it a survival game?
I never played it. But like you said, this trailer made me not want to play it.
It looks so generic.
I like first-person shooters, but it just looked. I don't know. It nothing stood out to me. But apparently, I have a friend who saw this and texted me about it. So people like it, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah, it just seemed too generic to me. Like, I was like, okay, cool. It's an FPS and you're in Chernobyl. Like, what's the threat here besides radio? Like,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I just couldn't get behind it. I appreciate though, like, their developers are now showing gameplay rather than CGI trailers a lot more. Like, I think they're finally understanding what people want to see, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think because Cyberpunk,
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, no, that messed it up for everyone. But like, it's just fucking, just this exploding alien in the I don't know.
Dude, the side like poster of him just staring in the camera. It's just like, what? It's so, I don't know. This doesn't look great.
No, it's just I don't understand what the objective is here. Like, are you trying to kill this invisible blob? Are you trying to survive? I don't know. I didn't understand it as much, but at least it's a full-on gameplay trailer, which I can appreciate.
Yeah, that was cool.
And then we got Back for Blood coming this fall. Finally got a date. October 12th. I can't talk.
Wait. Big Left 4 Dead fan, and this is right up that alley, so I'm ready.
Enlighten me. This is a sequel, right, to Left 4 Dead?
I know. I think it's a whole new game.
A whole new game?
I don't think it's a sequel. I don't even know if it's the same creators. All I know was it's identical for Left 4 Dead, and Left 4 Dead was amazing. 4-person co-op that you would just go in, and then there was multiple parts of the level that you would just start like. Because Left 4 Dead was a Valve game.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it is. Okay, it is the creators for Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, it is.
So I'm fucking stoked then, because this is just literally a zombie horde fighting game, but it's co-op with your friends. So you four are these people, and you just fight your way through the zombie, try to beat the level. But then other people are playing as, like, if it's like Left 4 Dead, are playing like these bigger zombies. So that would be an actual person playing that.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm stoked for it.
Yeah, I'm also very stoked for it. And I hope that they implement that, the team multiplayer deathmatch, whatever you want to call it, like zombies against the players. I hope they implement it a lot better than Doom Eternal did, for example. Because I don't know if you played multiplayer for Doom Eternal.
I have not.
It's a little unbalanced. if because
Yeah,
it's literally
I've watched
2 versus 1 or 3 versus 1.
I've watched I've watched a few videos on it,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much what everyone was saying. But if this is like Left 4 Dead, then like, yeah, this is gonna be fucking great. I
Yeah.
can't wait for this.
Oh yeah, no, I remember the Left 4 Dead. I remember when Left 4 Dead ruled the YouTube videos back in like 20 what was it, 2012, 2013. Yeah, it was pretty fun just watching all those videos. It looked like a really fun game.
Oh, this is gonna be just like Left 4 Dead. I'm fucking stoked.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
Yeah, it looks very, very fun. But yeah, we got a release date, October 12th. So it's an open beta begins on August 5th.
For open beta?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to pre-order.
You have to pre-order?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I trust that nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, I know, right? And then we got Contraband. Apparently this is a re-release of an old game. I don't know anything about Contraband. Honestly, I couldn't even understand the trailer, so I'm not even going to talk about it.
I think it looks like, from what I got from this, I've never heard of the game before till today, but is it a heist game where you're planning heists and like acting out heists?
The trailer was literally
like
yeah, the trailer was it was just a music video for Steely Dan. Like it was just that song. And I was like, okay. I didn't even see the trailer with sound because I was streaming the presentation. And I was like, okay, well, I can't stream copyrighted music. But yeah, I don't understand what it is. It's
well, I mean, like you see all this, and it's like, okay, you got plans and stuff laid out, and like a car, and like I'm guessing what you think the loot box is. So like, is this a heist?
Yeah.
That you're planning?
Is it co-op? Because you also see like a bunch of people. I don't know if they're dead or just sleeping in the. Yeah, it's just they're all stuck in time. Oh, there you go, co-op, open world. So it's just it's a co-op Far Cry game. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, that's the only thing we got from it, and I'm not a big fan of these CGI trailers that don't say anything. Like, what's the point?
Don't say anything and nothing's moving. This is a photo that a camera is just going through.
Exactly, and then they show the logo, and then okay, that's it. Like, I don't think that's a great way to introduce your game. It didn't make sense to me. Sea of Thieves got a Disney expansion, which is just Johnny Depp in the game.
Oh wow, I love Sea of Thieves. I'm a big fan of playing it, but I don't play it anymore, and I probably won't play it because of the Johnny Depp thing.
Really, it's a great. I mean, it's a fun game when you play with friends.
Yeah.
But yeah, they just got a Disney expansion, and I think it includes like some new missions and stuff. But I was impressed to like actually hear Johnny Depp's voice. I was like, okay, Johnny Depp is a gamer.
He actually voiced it?
That's what it sounds like. Like if you go watch the trailer, it literally sounds like Jack Sparrow from the movie. So yeah, I don't know. It even looks like him. So, but yeah, Sea of Thieves, man. I like the art style of this game.
I had a lot of fun playing this game with people. Like you go get a fucking ton of loot, and then people try to raid you, and you're just like fighting them off, or you just say fuck it, and you just start raiding other people and put them in your jails when you catch them. Like, it was fun.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Definitely cannot play it by yourself. It's a hard game. By yourself. It's a hard game to even like be able to sell. It was so stressful trying to like just go from an island to another island all by myself. I kept crashing.
Dude, I kept trying to play with like random people, and I'd get on a boat with someone, and then like they would just start catching the boat on fire and like jump off at a near island that we were passing us because they were driving the boat. And just play with friends.
Yeah, just play it with friends. And if you don't got friends, just don't play it.
Yeah. You don't have friends, that sucks.
Yeah, sorry about that. And then this game, this is a big one. I was very excited for this game when it got announced. I think it was Summer's Games Fest actually. When it got announced on Summer Games Fest, the trailer looks intense, and I'm glad that the gameplay is pretty much the same. Battlefield 2042 got an official gameplay trailer during Xbox's presentation, and man, it looks crazy stupid. Like I just hope that it actually is worth $60 for a solely multiplayer game. This is a strictly multiplayer game, and
I don't ever play strictly multiplayer games.
no.
But this looks great. I mean, like, I have friends who are like Battlefield diehards.
Yeah.
So
It's,
I mean, I'm sure they'll be playing it, but
yeah, I was a little disappointed after hearing that, you know, Battlefield 2042 is going to be strictly multiplayer. But at the same time, people keep saying like Battlefield campaigns, single player campaigns have been complete trash. So they say you're not missing anything, but
what the last one was that I played was the World War One Battlefield campaign.
the Battlefield 3, right?
Battlefield 1, I think it was called.
Oh,
That was fun.
yeah.
I enjoyed that.
I never played campaigns for Battlefield. I think the first Battlefield that I played was actually the first one, and I just played it for multiplayer, and it's very fun. It's a very fun first person shooter.
Oh yeah.
I kind of like it a little bit more than Call of Duty.
I
it's
agree.
very
100%.
fun. Because it's just off the walls stupid. It's just stupidity all around. But apparently this game also is gonna have like real time, like the map, the weather changes. There's gonna be tornadoes. There's craziness all around, man.
Just pure chaos.
Pure
just
chaos.
Like every building being destroyed when you're on it, and
Yeah.
I mean that looks cool.
Yeah, just being able to jump off buildings and parachute and like squirrel fly everywhere. But yeah, I'm excited for this game. I think we did get a release. No, I think this is pre-alpha still, so I don't even know if we're getting it. Oh, we're getting it July 22nd. What? Bro, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying attention to the presentation.
I didn't think we were getting until 2042.
No. Yeah, right. No, July 22nd, 2021. I'm still gonna wait though. If I can find it for like
fuck yeah,
$40, I can kind of convince myself to buy a strictly multiplayer game. But yeah, that looked intense. I loved it. 12 minutes is an indie. It's a loop game. You know, it just keeps repeating and repeating, and there's different scenarios. I think the biggest thing from that game was Willem Dafoe is a narrator or something.
James McAvoy, yeah.
Yeah.
And Daisy Ridley or whatever her name is.
Yeah. That was pretty much it. We got a release date for Psychonauts 2. Did you ever play the Psychonauts game?
Of course I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it cool? I've never played it.
I remember liking it a lot.
Yeah.
Like back in the day when it came out. But man, I what was the first one? Like, was it like
I don't know.
PS2?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it came out on the Xbox and PS2, and I played it on the PS2. I had to be I'm 30 years old, so I don't know. It probably came out like towards the end of high school. I don't. I remember enjoying it. I always played it at a buddy's house.
Yeah.
Oh, 2005 it released, so it was right before high school.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah, well,
it was fun.
Yeah, well, it's like a platformer, right? 3D platformer. I don't know. It looks like it. But we're getting this game on August, for Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S. I don't know, man. A lot of these games I kind of missed because that's when I was like, I was really heavy
Yeah.
during that, like from like 2007 to like 2015. I was strictly playing multiplayer games and free games. So I didn't get too much into these classic games that everybody swears by.
Yeah, my neighbor had a PlayStation 2 and I had an Xbox, and we would play like brute force and Halo at my house, and then go to his house and play like Metal Gear. And what else did we play? Ninja. No, we played on my Xbox. Ninja Gaiden or Gaiden or
Yeah.
whatever it was called.
Well, I mean that's a good segue. Instead of going off like going through every single point or every single presentation from the conference, let's just go to the schmeat of the presentation, which was Halo, man. Did you see
Yeah.
the gameplay
Yeah.
trailer?
I did watch the gameplay
And
trailer.
what did you think about it? Because I know you're a big Halo fan.
Yeah, I fucking it like when I bought a PS5, or someone gave me a PS5, it was the big turning point because I literally bought a PS5 to play Demon Souls,
Mm-hmm.
but I was going to originally buy an Xbox just to play Halo because I am a huge Halo fan, and it looks like a Halo game. I mean, like
I don't know if that's good or bad.
there's a new Cortana lady,
Yeah.
so I'm kind of curious about that, and like. Um, the grappling hook looked cool, but I feel like every first person shooter has that nowadays, so it's like they're a
Yeah.
little late on it where Halo was always one of those games, at least for the first three, that when it came out it was always like kind of pushing the creativity on like the next thing for multiplayer and for like first person gameplay and stuff like that. And I don't know, it doesn't really look like it's doing that. I mean, it's you got the Master Chief being a badass,
Yeah.
but I mean, I'm gonna play it. I'll definitely play it. I'll probably get an Xbox just to play it, but it didn't look too impressive because I'm not gonna play the multiplayer, which I used to play Halo 3 multiplayer fucking hours.
Why are you not gonna play
Hours I would play
multiplayer?
it. It's just I got a lot of shit in my life. I got a lot of stuff to do, and I don't want to get on multiplayer to, have some kid tell me that his dad owns Xbox. I'm gonna be banned. Like I just don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll play the story with this because I would like to see it finish out, especially since I played you know the last Halo games.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this isn't Cortana. Look like Kat Dennings.
Yeah. Well, this is like a replacement, right, for Cortana.
Yeah.
Yeah. This whole
Now they're gonna go search for her.
yeah this whole back and forth was pretty funny.
He's truly just a simp for fucking an AI chick.
He's lonely, man.
Like that's literally what the entire series is about. Yeah, I guess saving humanity from an alien race, but fuck.
Yeah. I was really impressed with this new Cortana like face movements. It looks so real and like I don't know. It looks unsettlingly real. The way she like grins and everything.
Yeah.
It looks great, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, can't believe we've reached this point of gaming where you can see the actor behind that face make those faces.
Yeah. I mean, compared to their last showcase, like where it was just like, PS1 Hagrid.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But no, I'm excited for it. I will say like 120 frames a second on multiplayer. Like I don't know how they're gonna fucking do that with all this network issues that people have. But
Yeah.
I'll be excited to see it.
Yeah. I was more impressed than anything with the multiplayer. It looks like, I mean, I don't know. Any and every Halo that I see or multiplayer, I compare it to the first one, which is iconic. Like the multiplayer in the first Halo game is it's just classic, man.
I will say, all of these multiplayers, out of all the Halo games, out of every multiplayer game I've ever played, I think it's still my favorite.
The first one?
Well, no, just like any of the Halo
Oh
multiplayers, I
yeah.
think are superior to most of the other multiplayer games.
Yeah, definitely. It's just yeah, it's a great experience always, every single time. And I don't know, this looks like, with the grappling hook and everything, it looks like chaos. And I'm here for it, man. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, if I get an Xbox Series X and I buy this game, then yeah, I'm probably gonna jump into the multiplayer just to relive some, especially since they have some new vehicles and some old vehicles coming back, like the chopper and whatnot. But I'll
Yeah.
probably jump in and play
Yeah.
and get annihilated instantly.
I mean, you can play it on, you say you're building a PC, right?
Yeah, I'm building a PC.
Yeah, it's gonna come to Game Pass.
Oh yeah, I can just play it there. Yeah,
Yeah.
I forget, like,
Yeah, basically all the games showcased in today's Xbox presentation are coming to PC, which is great.
good.
I'm happy for
Capture
that.
the flag.
Yeah, it looks crazy stupid, man.
That's another thing. Like, I think most of the, like, a lot of other games multiplayer, they don't do well, which Halo does really well. Is like, you have a multiplayer like this, but then you have a variety of vehicles that are just fun to drive.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in the fucking Warthog or the Banshee, the Chopper, I forget what they call the little four-wheeler, but like all of that shit is so fun to drive.
Yeah. It's yeah. I don't know. I'm excited for it.
Wow, 2021. I didn't see the
Yeah.
release date on that.
It's coming holiday 2021, and there was a report. Well, there was a tweet. I don't know if it's real. I don't know if I should take it as real, but it was the official Xbox for a Brazilian Xbox account on Twitter. They tweeted that the game is coming out on November 9th, specifically, but I don't know. I'm a little skeptical of that date because that's the same day that Forza Horizon comes out. I don't think Microsoft would want to
drop two IPs at once.
Yeah, no, and especially with like Forza, like coming back after, I don't know, like after racing
Not
games.
a race car. I'm not a racing game person, but that Forza looked fun.
Let's talk about it. That game, it looked beautiful as hell, man.
Yeah,
It's
it looked
like
fucking nice.
Yeah, I'm like, this is just a video. This is just a person with a camera in real life. It's dumb how beautiful it looks. I'm like, that's crazy. It really made me want to buy this game. Just get the Xbox Series X for the Halo, and then this one would be my second purchase, like after I get cussed out by a 13-year-old on Halo. But yeah,
But even like the game, like adding that game mode in where you can build your own like little arenas to drive around. Like,
oh yeah,
I'm there.
yeah. I'm excited also for like this exploration like game mode. I really didn't understand it, but apparently you just go around discovering new areas of a map, and like they're all based on real places in Mexico, and I was like, wow, that looks cool.
You'll be able to drive up the pyramids.
Right? Do a sacrifice up there.
Yeah.
If you win a race, you just take out your opponents from the car and just behead them.
Man, I mean, this looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Like, just
I saw a tweet of a guy who said like, "Oh wow, they're finally showing real video footage from Mexico. Oh god damn it, it's the game." And I was like, "Oh wow, this is a peaceful cliff with waterfalls. God damn it, it's the fucking game." It looks so real, man. It's so beautiful. It's a really nice looking game, and I think this is like where the Xbox Series X, like this is the game that was made for Xbox Series X, and it looks too real, man. I don't know. It's scary how real it looks.
The consoles have been out for a little while, and everyone talks about how well the PS5 is doing, but like the Xbox Series X has way more games. Like
Now, yes.
so many more games
Oh
compared
yeah.
to the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I mean Xbox does a great job at doing backwards compatibility, and like with that Game Pass, like you don't need anything else, man. You don't need anything else at all. And now especially with like this whole presentation, like now Xbox has like 20 or so exclusive games. So now the whole joke that people have been saying on the internet of like Xbox has no games no longer applies, because now they got more games than the PS5.
Yeah, I have Demon Souls.
Demon Souls and
Returnal.
And now Ratchet and Clank. But
Oh yeah, I'm gonna hold off to buy, but I'm definitely going to buy.
oh, it's beautiful, man. It's a beautiful game. But yeah, I'm excited for these two. The sole reason why I'm gonna get a Series X is Halo and Forza. That's it. That's the and Game Pass.
But
Obviously.
you have a PC, so you can just pay them on the PC and then fucking mod the shit out of them.
Well, yeah, that's true, but my PC kind of sucks. It definitely like an Xbox Series X is more powerful than my PC. But yeah, it's I'm excited for this. Besides that, I don't think there was any other like. I mean, there was some pretty huge announcements, but besides that,
Plague Tale 2.
Oh, Plague Tale, yeah. Tell me about that game, because I don't know anything about that game.
Plague Tale 1 is like you're a little French girl during the plague who needs to take who's like her house. I guess her father's like I forget what he is, like he's like a lord. It's not like a king or anything like that. Their house gets raided and they're searching for her brother, so you have to like take your brother out. It turns out that your brother is like some rat king that can control the rats and whatnot, but they're all plague infested rats. It's a fun game. Combat is fun. The upgrading system was really well done. The narrative story is really good, so I'm excited for the second one. I played this game because it came out on Xbox Game Pass, and I was like, I know nothing about it. I just want a new game, and I put it on, and I was like, for a fucking like somewhat of an unknown studio, like I was like, damn, okay, all right, guys, you created a beautiful game with a great story. Thanks.
Is it an action adventure game?
Yeah, it's an action adventure game, and it's kind of like I forget what they're called, but you have to like watch your brother. So it's like you as the main girl are like going through these like towns, but then some parts your brother go through a different section, then you have to meet back up with them. But you always are constantly protecting and watching your brother.
Mm.
And like with combat in the game, it's like, oh, I have to fight this guy and he has an Iron Maiden. It's not like, oh, I can take one hit. No, I have to dodge or I get fucking nailed to the ground and I'm dead.
Annihilated.
So, I don't know. The combat was really pleasing. A lot of dodging and parrying and stuff like that.
Man, well,
but it's like I don't know. I would definitely check it out. It wasn't super long either.
No, that's good.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in long games anymore.
Yeah. The longest game I play is like the Souls games. But they could never be long enough.
Yeah. Another game we got that I'm really interested in, and we'll wrap it up here in a second, was Replaced. This was like in the middle of the presentation.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, they're kind of like, I felt like they were just doing fillers now. But this game, it looks really, really interesting. And also I like the art style. I like the pixel like 2D art style, but like it
reminded me of a game called The Fall that came out a few years ago that I really enjoyed.
The Fall.
It's like the same vein as this. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Fall was fucking awesome, but this looks this looks beautiful.
Yeah, it looks a beautiful game. I was like, at first I was like, oh great, another pixel 2D game. But damn man, they shut me up real quick. Like, I don't know, it just looks very interesting. It's like it's definitely 2D, but I don't know, like even the pixels look crunchy and chunky. I'm like, what's going on? Is it 2D? Is it 3D? It's definitely like like the optical illusion it gives makes it look very, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this game.
Yeah, I'm excited to try this one.
But I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, it just looks like a side scroller.
You're AI. You're an AI robot
Mm,
that is, I guess, trying to escape because maybe you've gone rogue. I don't know. That's all I know from it. But the combat looks really satisfying.
yeah, it does. Um, yeah, I'm excited to check this one out. Even though I noticed that a lot of these games are announced, but they don't come out till like 2022. Like I think a lot of these studios from Xbox really got they got hit pretty hard with COVID. Um, but yeah, 2022. Then we got an Among Us update. God damn, that game is never gonna die.
No, it's not. Oh, Atomic Heart.
Atomic
That game I'm
Heart.
fucking real excited for.
Yeah, tell me about the game because I don't know anything. At first, I thought it was Bioshock.
Yeah, it's like it looks a lot like BioShock, and I know it's made from this like Russian studio, and the game takes place in this weird Russian future, and it's very similar to BioShock, where you're mixing tech and like I guess some like enhanced drugs that you're like
Yeah,
powers.
yeah, pretty yeah,
Um,
like Bioshock.
yeah, exactly. It's very much the same as like BioShock. But then it has like kind of aesthetic of like imagine a Russian Fallout,
Mm,
like a Fallout, like that atomic era, but Russian atomic era, not American.
yeah, like a little
Very
cartoonish.
beautiful.
Yeah, a little cartoonish,
Yeah,
but still pretty realistic. Yeah, it looked very interesting. And if this is like in-game footage, it looks really nice. And I mean, it does look good, like it's in-game.
yeah. And I remember watching a trailer for this long time ago. So I'm happy to see that like it's actually there's still no date to it, but
No,
that it's actually getting like promoted by at E3 by Microsoft because it's a small indie developer.
yeah,
It's not big, it's not a big game.
yeah, no,
So
yeah. When I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, this definitely looks like the type of game I could definitely get into. Um, what else? We got Age of Empires 4, which I guess is a good.
eh,
It's a great game to like play when you're just don't have anything to do.
yeah.
I used to love the Age of Empires games. We used to play it all the time. It's a great
Yeah,
strategy game.
I used to play it all the time when I was a kid, and it was like I had that and The Sims.
Yeah. I to this day I still haven't won a single Age of Empires match, which I'm very disappointed.
Oh, really?
It's super hard, man. I don't know. All my
I
friends
don't know
are
if I
pretty
have.
good.
I can't confirm that I've ever won.
Yeah.
But I
Besides
guess the last like real big one was this guy.
the which one?
What was it called?
Oh, the it's not. Is it Sid Meier's?
No. The last like big game that they revealed, Outer Worlds 2.
Oh, Outer Worlds 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought we were talking about Age of Empires. Yeah,
Yeah.
Outer Worlds 2. Did you play the first one?
I did, but I never beat it. Sorry, my neighbors outside are walking their cat right now, and then just put it in his backpack.
What the fuck?
But yeah, I played the first one, but I never beat it because like I just don't have enough time on my hand
Yeah.
to do that, to like beat the game like that. So I never got super far, but I enjoyed the gameplay.
Yeah.
I mean, it reminded me a lot of a Bethesda game. So.
Yeah, like Fallout. Yeah, it's I mean, and the environments are really nice. It's a very nice looking game, and I played like 20 hours or so of it, but I just couldn't finish it either. It's just RPGs, man. They take forever, and I'm like, okay, just get me to the good parts.
Yeah, the grind is too much on them most of the days, and like the leveling up is really slow.
Yeah, you gotta be committed to if you want to beat an RPG.
Yeah. I'm
Flights.
playing an RPG called Life.
Exactly, and I'm not leveling up.
Yeah.
A Flight Simulator is coming finally to consoles on July 27th. Man, if you have a strong enough computer, I recommend playing that game. It's so relaxing. It's pretty involved, like with the controls and everything. I don't want to say it's like a 1-to-1 representation of what it is flying an actual airplane, but it like implements a lot of the same I don't know what to call it, like methods or like processes of like getting a flight started. So it's a very fun game, but it's a simulator. Like that's the depth to it. Like there's not much to it. But it was pretty fun, like just flying over London and like accidentally crashing into Big Ben. Happened a couple of times, man.
Doing terrorist attacks.
Yeah. Landing is hard as hell. It's crazy how hard it is. And then we got for the final.
Yeah, I mean that would be kind of cool to do, like fly over countries and stuff. I don't know. I might try it.
Yeah, if anything, it's a great replacement of instead of you going to like Google Maps and like going through like the 3D or the street view. It's a great way to like explore different parts of the world, because it is, I think they use satellite images to recreate the actual world and the cities.
So instead of going on Google Maps, open Flight Simulator, learn to take off.
Yeah. Exactly. Have a like a $2,000 PC. Because if not, your PC will take off.
What are you guys doing? Buy a plane ticket and fly somewhere when you could just like, flight simulate it there.
Exactly. Just grab some drinks, fly a plane, crash it into the Mississippi River. But yeah, it's finally coming to console. So yeah, I don't know if it'll run on the Xbox One, but it definitely will run on the Xbox Series X. And then finally, we got probably the biggest announcement, the final two announcements. We got Redfall, which is a new game from Arcane Studios. They're the same ones who did Dishonored.
Yeah.
It looks very interesting.
I love Dishonored game.
Yeah, it was just a CG trailer, but it looks interesting. It looks like a very interesting game. There's a lot of vampires.
Yeah, is it Left 4 Dead for vampires? Like, it kind of looks like similar to Left 4 Dead.
They didn't say much. They didn't say much about the game.
Yeah.
They just showed the trailer, pretty colors, and that's it. That was pretty much it. That's all I can say. And then finally, we got the biggest announcement of the whole night. We got an Xbox mini fridge. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that.
It was the last announcement of the presentation, and I was like, "Whoa, wow! They're gonna." I don't know. This is when they announced like Master Chief for Smash or something. No, man, it was literally just a mini fridge. They even did like a world premiere. Man, and it's like it's a very intricate trailer. Like, it's like I thought it was like a full blown game. I was like, what the hell's going on? But yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, they probably did this because they said the Xbox looked like a fridge.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. They went hard on the meme. I don't know if this was already a plan before them showing the Xbox Series X, or when they literally announced the Xbox Series X, they were like, we gotta capitalize on this. So they're releasing a mini fridge.
They're gonna make tons of money.
Oh yeah, yes, this is really happening. But they announced an Xbox Series X mini fridge. And I'm gonna buy it, man. I don't care. I need a mini fridge for my office.
I do too. So I'm like, all right.
I'm gonna
World's most powerful.
I'm gonna get it instead of a Series X. Um,
Get
but
it and put your Series X in there to keep it cool.
yeah. But yeah, in order to keep this episode, reasonably long, I'm gonna call it there because there was also a Square Enix presentation, but there wasn't nothing of value.
They didn't release.
Nothing of value was given that presentation except the Avengers game. I mean, the Guardians of the Galaxy game, but it was pretty whatever.
Eh.
Yeah, I'm like at this point I don't know what Square Enix is doing. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm definitely gonna do another podcast episode. I usually do these weekly, but since it's E3, I think it merits another presentation, especially after Tuesday with Nintendo.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anything else you want to add, man?
No. It was great talking games.
Yeah, talking games.
Nothing to add on my end. Like I think we talked all about Elden Ring for a long time.
No, yeah, man. Yeah, it's definitely been a good year. I'm happy that E3 is back. Like it was a year of nothingness that kind of got, pretty stale pretty fast. Especially from Xbox, especially from, all these third-party developers for these next gen consoles. I feel we're finally going, the next gen consoles are getting into their stride finally after almost a year since they were released.
I know.
But yeah,
I just hope like I'm tired of seeing these like even with Elden Ring, like I'm tired of seeing like why is it coming to PS4 and Xbox Series
oh
X?
man,
Like or Xbox One. Like I know I feel like you're like hurting yourself by not just putting it on one system and making it as powerful as possible.
yep, yeah. I mean
But
that's a whole 20-minute video that I can do on, but yeah, I mean they're just trying to capitalize on like just how many players are still playing on last gen consoles. There's just too many.
yeah.
And like chip shortages, not enough consoles out in the market, bots, scalpers. Like there's not enough people buying, like not enough real people buying these consoles. So yeah, I mean, I agree. It's a whole issue right now because apparently the next God of War is coming for PS4 too. So
What the fuck is
yeah,
probably not even coming out for 2 or 3 years?
well,
Why waste the energy importing it?
I don't know, man. They're limiting themselves a lot. So we shall see. That's another topic. Man, I should start writing that video. But yeah, thank you, Pat. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, you tell the people where they can find you, I just
All right, you can find me.
said the same thing twice.
You can find me at beyondthescreams.com, our website for the podcast, or PatrickJ188 for Instagram, or beyond_screams on Twitter.
Nice. Yes. How often do you guys release your podcast, your episodes?
We release every Monday.
Every Monday. Nice.
Every Monday. We've been missing. We usually do 4 episodes a month, but this summer we're doing 3 episodes a month. So we skip usually the last Monday of the month, just because. Yeah, we're not locked in the house this summer, so we're trying to enjoy it quite a bit.
I'm trying to party.
Break.
Trying
to party.
Trying to party and trying to puke on the sidewalk, and we're trying to twerk against the wall. But yeah, make sure to check out Beyond the Screens podcast. We still gotta do that. Have you guys done that video game, horror video game episode?
Not yet. I think we're gonna do that because right now we're doing the summer of the summer of like slashers, so we're doing a lot of like horror, like campground horrors and like traveling horror and that kind of stuff. But come this winter, I think we're gonna start doing some video game stuff and stuff like that.
Nice. Well, let me know.
So we tried to find a theme for like a few months, you know.
Yeah, let me know if I can help in any way, because I'm replaying. Well, I'm not replaying, but I'm playing like a lot of Resident Evil games for the first time, and I'm loving it. Just how stupid they are. I thought they were scarier. They are pretty scary though.
I'm loving Village.
Oh yeah,
I'm enjoying that right now. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Not
just
to get into another tangent.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, shout out Lady Dimitrescu. But yeah, folks, thick with two T's and two C's.
Yeah.
But yeah, folks, please make sure to follow me on Twitch, where I try and stream pretty consistently. It's been kind of hard with work and stuff, but I'm trying to get back into a schedule. Make sure to follow me on Twitter, where I yell into the void that is social media. And also, please make sure to follow please make sure to join our Discord, where we talk anything and everything gaming, movies, anime, whatever that might interest you as my viewer. And as well, make sure to listen to this podcast on the go on Spotify, or look for us up on Anchor FM/search and report, I think, or True Fernie. I don't know. I don't know. This is a professional podcast, as you can tell. Alternatively, please watch the video version if you'd like on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/TrueFernie, for not only the podcast but also gaming videos weekly. Pat, thank you so much for being part of this podcast. I appreciate it. And with that, folks, please take care of each other, but most importantly, take care of yourself. Peace. Shout out E3.